voted for. How do you make sure one's vote does not get lost in the cybersphere, etc., etc.?
Excellent questions.
Anyway, so keep those views rolling in.
Meanwhile, potential politicians are getting on with the job of tackling some big policy issues.
As part of the YMCA's New South Wales Youth Parliament, 160 young people will spend this week debating bills that will then be presented to State Parliament for consideration. This year's Youth Premier is 17-year-old Abby Butler from Newcastle, and she joins us now in the studio. Premier, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So I have to be sort of scared and in awe of you, do I?
Oh, no, not at all.
Abby, how did you get into this?
So I found out about the program last year from a few friends who had participated, and it just really sounded like something I would want to be a part of, you know, advocating for issues I'm passionate about, leadership, just meeting people who have the same interests, all that kind of thing was really attractive to me. And so I was lucky enough to be nominated by my local MP, Tim Crackenthorpe, and then it all kind of went from there. And so I was then, during the program, nominated to be elected to be the Youth Premier, which was really exciting. Such an honour.
What's really great about this is that young people are engaging with the political process, and after this federal election we've seen so many young people being, you know, sort of saying they're so disillusioned and disengaged with the whole process. Tell us how it works, because this is more than just role-playing, because you're actually putting bills for consideration in the real parliament.
Yeah, it's not just kind of make-believe, we're actually making tangible changes and really making a difference. In fact, I believe there have been, over the past 15 years the program's existed, 12 bills that have actually been legislated and created into real bills. So last year the domestic violence bill that was submitted, their bill was passed in Youth Parliament, and then in State Parliament was implemented, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I read about the domestic violence disclosure scheme which came from the Youth Parliament. You go to Merewether High School, I think, is
in
right?
Newcastle.
In Newcastle. What are you studying there, and is a life in politics something that you're aiming towards?
Yeah, so politics is definitely an area of interest. I study, you know, legal studies, business studies, geography, that kind of thing. But definitely advocacy is really an issue I'm passionate about.
Well, I guess I asked that question because sitting in this chair, we hear all the time about the disaffection and the disillusionment of young people, how the political process locks you out, and how there are aspects of it that make you feel quite despairing. But clearly the Youth Parliament, well, you're energised. You feel positively about it, do you?
Yeah, and I guess in my role as Youth Premier, I'm acting as a voice for the broader youth of New South Wales. And we see all the time that there's articles saying, you know, youth are apathetic, youth are lazy, youth don't care about politics. Just looking at this program and the 160 young people, their passion, their interest, their drive, their determination to do something, and in the broader community, I mean, look around, it's the young people that are making a difference, not even in New South Wales, but in the world as a whole. I mean, as a common example, Malala Yousafzai. She was one of the big drivers for women's education, and she was only 17 when she addressed the UN. I mean, it's the young people that have this, you know, some may say idealistic, but they've got the passion and the ideas to make a change.
How do you in the Youth Parliament deal with ideological opposition?
Yeah, so obviously coming from a range of backgrounds, and it's a really diverse cabinet. We have people from, you know, from Lismore to Griffith and everywhere in between. So there's always going to be different ideas, but we really respect, I suppose, one another, and that really comes through.
So the Youth Parliament runs for all of this week, and then you're back to school?
Yes, back to Year 12.
Year 12, well, look, good luck for the
so
HSC
much.
year. And will we see you entering politics, do you think, at some point?
Oh, I don't know. Keep your eye out. You never know.
Abby, I will. Really nice to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Abby. Nice
Thank you.
Good luck with the Youth Parliament. Now, when Paul Pritchard returned to the totem pole in the stunning Tasman National Park 3 months ago, it was the culmination of an 18-year journey.
On tonight's Australian Story, with only half his body functioning properly, Paul returns to the climb that previously